Hi guys, this is Vaish from Vaishya and we are going to continue the NCRT series for history. So class 7th we are doing and it's chapter 8. So two more chapters are there in this particular class. So this is again a very important topic for UPSC. That's why I mentioned that in the cover page also. Usually I don't do that for all chapters. This textbook itself, I have seen like many factual things are there. We have seen the Delhi Sultanate, we have seen the Mughals, then we have seen the tribal people, the town, the craft, the books. There are many things which UPSC have been repeatedly asking. So I actually did not know like 7th standard textbook will have this much importance and this much equally important chapters. So it's good that we started this series anyway, and the MCQs you can buy from this particular link, Facebook page. Just message me, I'll be there all the time. And you can get for all subjects also, okay, not only history, for everything it's available. Just because I'm doing the medieval history or ancient history series now, I'm telling watch the series and buy that first, okay. And the Spectrum is already there, modern history, for the new students in our channel. If you don't know, there is a 25 video playlist, 25 videos in one playlist of Spectrum series, okay. All the 20 chapters in Spectrum textbook has been done in detailed fashion. You don't need any other source for modern history if you do that, okay. And it's very important also, every year at least 15 to 20 questions are coming from history alone in the UPSC prelims, okay. Mains and optional is another part, again it will be useful only, but now just focus on prelims factual information. Okay, so let's start Bhakti movement. Again, please pay attention. Lot of names are there: Kabir, Mirabai, or Tulsidas, Surdas, Guru Nanak. We have lot of people, personality to learn here. Also, the Sufi leaders are there, Chishti leaders, the Silsila leaders, and all. There are many people. Okay, so please pay attention. I'll be reading most of the things very fast, but you have to pay attention. Okay. So it's beginning with the terms like the rituals or the worship way, how they worship, the singing of bhajans or the kirtans or kavalis, and repeating the name of the god in silence. So many methods are there, okay. Emotional way of attaching to God, that is what these devotional paths actually meant. So Bhakti and Sufi is what they were called, okay. Bhakti, which is kind of oriented towards Vishnu or Shiva, and Sufi kind of oriented towards the Islam, but not in line with the Shia or Sunni or any strict Muslim rules, okay. This is more of love, compassion, and all those things towards God, and then attaining salvation through music, dance, and all that kind of more compassionate way, okay, not strict rules. That is the main difference compared to other religious forms. So idea of supreme god. So again, all the problem, it was because of that Brahmanas, what is it, Varna system. You can tell that Brahmanas are supreme. Then we have the Vaishya, Shudras, and all those things which are a little bit downtrodden. You can tell. So all these actually even Buddhism, Jainism, you can tell it started because of that. Okay, and they were opposed to the Brahmanic thing. And again, the same thing for Bhakti Sufism. Bhakti Sufism, Brahmanism, Bhakti Sufism, Buddhism, and Jainism. Okay, all these were kind of against Brahmanic supremacy. Now we see like again, okay, here I am not reading, okay, the text I am not reading. Whenever it is important, I will read. It's telling whatever I told you only, the gist of it. And then it is telling about Bhagavad Gita, okay, which was one of the most popular books related to Bhakti, you can tell, at that time. Okay, it's later joined with or attached to the Hinduism concept also. So Shiva, Vishnu, Durga, different god names are mentioned here, but nothing related to exam perspective. We don't have much here. And again, this is a page of Bhagavad Gita, okay, a manuscript. Manuscript, manu means hand in Latin language, so it is handwritten. Then new kind of bhakti in South India, okay. Now this is from where we have UPSC perspective, important thing. So Nayanars and Alvars, everybody will be knowing like one is for Shiva and one is for Vishnu, but students often get confused when the question comes. So I'll tell you one trick, like Alvars, this letter V is there, so when V is there, that is for Vishnu, okay, and the other one obviously will be Shiva. So remember that once, then never you will forget, okay, never you will get confused, because they often do that. They put a statement and they'll do interchange, okay, they'll write the feature of this thing for that thing and that thing for this thing. They keep doing it, UPSC. So Alvars is for Vishnu, okay. Mentioned here again, Nayanars Shiva, Alvars Vishnu, okay. So that is done, that definition is done. Now who came from all the castes, including those considered untouchable. So this did not have any restriction of entry, okay, everybody can be part of it, okay. Pullayar and Panars, I think they were untouchables, so these people also had entry. So just remember that terms, Pullayar and Panars also had entry, even though they were considered untouchable, okay. Sharply critical of Buddhist and Jainas, so they were like it's like criticism within criticism, you can tell, like all of them opposed the Brahmanism, and these people also were critical of Buddhist Jaina also. Okay, so that is one something you have to remember. They only believed in this Shiva Vishnu concept. Okay, this Alvars and Nayanars. Now, details about this, even it is found in Sangam literature, you know, it is a timeline of Sangam literature will be kind of 3rd BC to 3rd AD, okay, and it is one of the oldest text also in Tamil. That is why Tamil is one of the classical language also. There are 6 classical languages in India. Try to find out which are the 6, which are the 5 other than Tamil, okay. Now, they went from place to place, composing exquisite poems in praise of the deities enshrined in the villages they visited and set them to music. Okay, all these are South India. Okay, South India related. This Nayanar Alvar concept. North India, when it comes, we'll come to that Bhakti and Sufi, actual Bhakti and Sufi leaders' names which I told, Kabir or whatever. These are all South India. So this count also, once I think it has asked, like long back they asked this question. Like there are 63, there were, okay, 63 Nayanars who belong to different caste backgrounds such as potters, untouchable workers, peasants, hunters, soldiers, brahmanas, chiefs, etc. The best known among them were Appar. Okay, this name was asked. Okay, Appar, Sambandar, Sundarar, Manikavasagar. Okay, and the 2 sets of compilation are Tevaram and Tiruvakam. This also has been asked in UPSC. Exact statement had been picked up from this box only. So they had actually reversed it. They told like this is for that Vishnu thing. So that is what they do. They interchange both of them. So if you see 63 Nayanars and 12 Alvars, this again you can remember like the bigger name has more number of people. So Nayanars is bigger than Alvars. Okay, something like that. Just remember, it's just for exam sake. We don't need to do any research on this. And here it was Tevaram and Tiruvakam. Again this Tevaram, it's like almost rhyming like Tandavam. So try to remember like it is related to Shiva. Okay, Tevaram and Tiruvakam. And here the book will be Divya Prabandhanam. Okay. This again I don't know how you will remember, but try to remember. Okay, Divya Prabandhanam is for this Alvar, which is for Vishnu. Okay, and here one female saint is there, Andal. Okay, so this was actually asked. Appar and Andal was asked. Okay, so you should remember this count, this particular person, and books. Okay, that is the takeaway from this particular box. There's a lot of data, one single box. So try to make a note of all these things. Anyway, some MCQ will be there at the end of this video, so you will be able to revise maybe. Okay, we'll see. Then one term, hagiographies. Okay, hagiographies is actually religious writings, you can tell. Okay, writings about religious text or something, or religious lives. Okay, that is called hagiography. This will keep coming in the chapters, in the future chapters also. That is why this definition becomes important. Okay, so there are a lot of hagiographies. Again, Manikavasagar. Manikavasagar, it was related to whom? Here we saw Manikavasagar. This is Manikavasagar. Okay, so it is Nayanar. So try to learn names. Sundara, Sambandar, Manikavasagar, Appar. These are all Nayanars, Tevaram, Tiruvakam, and here 12 Alvars, Andal, Divya Prabandhanam. Okay, I am reading fast, but try to pause it if you are not able to get it in one shot. Now Shankara. Shankara was actually born in Kerala. So Bhakti movement is kind of starting here. And one important thing is you have to remember, he is the advocate of Advaita. Okay. So Advaita, there are many things actually. Advaita is there, Vishishta Advaita is there, then Dvaita is there. There are many things actually. So each personality related to these kind of doctrines you have to know. Okay, and his doctrine especially, doctrine of the oneness of the individual soul and the supreme God, which is the ultimate reality. That means Advaita is like single, okay, singular thing. In soul and God both are one, and also he taught that Brahman, the only or ultimate reality. Brahman actually, it's not the other Brahman concept. So it is like ultimate reality was formless. Okay, formless, no attributes. Most of these saints believe that only. Kabir also later will see he believed in this formless, no attribute thing, and does not believe any rituals, any idols, nothing. Okay, totally salvation by devoting blindly to a single source, single God, which does not have any form. He considered the world around us to be illusion or Maya, and preached renunciation of the world and adoption of the path of knowledge to understand the true nature of Brahman and attain salvation. So everything is one single thing. You have to dedicate your life towards that, and then preach the same thing. Okay, Advaita is the name of Shankara. So here are 4 statements they can easily make, and I think in our MCQ PDF also we have it. So they can ask like which of the following are true. Okay, next personality is Ramanuja, born in Tamil Nadu. Okay, this place is also right. Okay, Shankara is Kerala, Ramanuja is Tamil Nadu. I think they have a good map here. After some time I'll show you a map where all the personalities are shown in the locations. Okay, so again Ramanuja is Vishnu related, so it is Alvar, and he promoted the doctrine of Vishishtadvaita, okay, or qualified oneness. So the other one was oneness, and this is qualified oneness. That is why Vishishta is there. And then in that, the soul, even when united with the Supreme God, remained distinct. So it's like a special form of the same thing. Okay, there it was like everything is single. Here it is like it will be united only, but still it has its distinctive features also. It will remain distinct, the soul and the Supreme God. Ramanuja's doctrine greatly inspired the new standard of bhakti, which developed in North India subsequently. So even though he was from Tamil Nadu, it inspired a lot of movements in North India also. Okay, we'll see a lot of more personalities. Now this is again an important personality, Basavana. So this is I think Karnataka. Okay, he's related to Karnataka. So we have seen Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. And the other thing, Nayanar and Alvar is generally for South India. And this is about Shiva now, Veera Shaivism. Okay, here three names you have to remember. One is Basavana. His companions were Allamma Prabhu and Akka Mahadevi. Okay, so whenever the lady names are there, the UPSC takes more interest and definitely frames questions. Okay, so Basavana, Allamma Prabhu and Akka Mahadevi, it is Shaivism and it is in Karnataka. And Brahmanical ideas about caste and the treatment of women, it's actually against, okay, yeah, against only. So against Brahmanical ideas and believed in equality for human being. Almost everyone will be against Brahmanical only, okay, that is one common factor. And against all forms of ritual idol worship. So it's their own this thing. They don't have this usual kind of prayers which Brahmanas were promoting. Okay, and this is some lines from that, some Shiva related poem, not important for us. But you should remember Basavana and that two names, Akka Mahadevi and what was the other name? Allamma Prabhu. Okay, Allamma Prabhu, Akka Mahadevi and Basavana. That is Veera Shaivism. Now the Maharashtra. Okay, Maharashtra, four important names, maybe J-E-N-T, that is how I remember. Jnaneshwar, Namdev, Eknath, Tukaram. Okay, J-E-N-T, four people. That's how I remember the names. And one Sakhubai and family of Chokha Mela. Okay, these are all people from Maharashtra. So we are going state by state. That is how NCERT has put it. And one place is Pandharpur. Okay, again I think in Maharashtra only. And these people belong to this untouchable Mahar caste. Not everybody, but this Chokha Mela. And Vithala is a form of Vishnu again. So these are all related to Vishnu. Okay, these people. Now Saint poets rejected all forms of ritualism. Again, common point. Outward display of pity and social differences based on birth. Again, that birth related concept which Brahmanas did, rejecting everything. So it's not a new point. Serving fellow humans. Okay, later when we see modern history and all, we know Vivekananda also was telling the same thing. Service to humanity is service to God is service to mankind, something like that. So then another, now Maharashtra over. Now Gujarat personalities, Nasi Mehta. Okay, they are Vaishnavas who understand the pain of others. So again one statement, but just remember the location. Nasi Mehta, a Bhakti saint from Gujarat. Okay, then this is not important. Again a poem. They have a lot of poems like this given in this chapter. Don't even waste 1 minute for this. Okay, it's not required for us. Then this thing, you know, this now in news it's always there, Natpanthis, Siddhas and Yogis, like they were all practicing this yoga, flexibility of body, breathing exercises, all those things. Okay, some features about them. Religious groups that emerged during the other aspects of conventional social order. So again rejected all the basic ones, usual ones. Advocated renunciation of the world. To them the path to salvation lay in meditation on the formless, again formless, ultimate reality and the realization of oneness within it. Any important point? Okay, this one, breathing exercise, yogasana, meditation, like I told. Okay, these are the unique things. Okay, other things whatever is there is common to all the bhakti things. That's why I did not read it. Now criticism of conventional religion created the ground for devotional religion to become a popular force in North India. So again the conventional one was rejected and devotional one became more and more important. Now some little bit information of Islam and Sufism, and then again they will go back to Kabir, I think. Okay, that's how the textbook proceeds. So here Sufis are Muslim mystics. This single line is enough to define it entirely. Okay, Sufis are Muslim mystics. Okay, that means they had their own compassion style of prayers. Okay, compassion towards all fellow human beings. Islam propagated strict monotheism. This is about Islam, strict monotheism or submission to one God. That it's now like it has been the same always. Now also it's like that only. In the 8th and 9th century, religious scholars developed different aspects of the holy law. You know, Shariat is there, the law. Now even the triple talaq issue and all is there. So Shariat you will be knowing. They have their own text. For civil laws they are following it, but for criminal laws they are following the IPC. That was the biggest argument which people always give, like if you want so much dedication to this Sharia law for civil law, then do that for your criminal thing also, because criminal laws, if you see from Shariat, I think like even for robbery and all, they'll cut off their hand and all. So that kind of strict things are there, but that they are not ready to follow. But civil laws, they want this Sharia to be followed. So that is kind of double kind of thing. So that is why debate perspective, there is a positive thing for against Shariat only, okay, not for Shariat. It's always against Shariat that debate more points you will get. Okay, so that's out of context. Now we continue. Sufis provided it with an additional dimension that favored a more personal devotion to God. The Sufis often rejected the elaborate rituals and codes of behavior demanded by Muslim religious scholars. It's too lengthy, too not required sentences. They sought union with the God much as a lover seeks his beloved one. So again, that love compassion angle they are telling. Some names will come. That is what is important here. The great Sufis of Central Asia. Okay, this is important. Ghazali, Rumi and Sadi. Okay, these are Central Asian Sufi saints. Okay, like these people, Natpatis, Siddhas and Yogis, the Sufis who believe that the heart can be trained to look at the world in a different way. Again, telling about compassion. Now some terms, zikr. Okay, now also we'll tell zikr in Hindi, like chanting of a name or sacred formula. Okay, so we use zikr for like mentioning something. That's what zikr in Hindi is used, but it was actually chanting of a name or sacred formula. Okay, contemplation. Sama is singing. Raqs is dancing. Okay, these also can come as match the following. Sama, Raqs, Zikr, 3 terms. Okay, then Pir. Pir is actually master. Pir, you will tell. Pir or Pir. Thus emerged the Silsilas. Okay, a spiritual genealogy of Sufi teachers, each following a slightly different method. That is tariqa, technique. So different techniques were there. So different schools of thoughts kind of thing is there under different Sufi teachers. So here they are not giving the list of all the things. There are actually many, 6 or 7 I think. I don't remember the name. Chishti is there, then some Naqshbandi, something like that is there. But here in this textbook they are telling only about Chishti, and I think they are given some 5 or 6 names. Okay, and all of them are related to Chishti Silsila. This is again a picture of them, like their music, dance, song, and they are like in their own world. Okay, in their mysticism or that kind of prayers. Again, a picture is actually a manuscript again of the Quran. Okay, so their holy book. Hospice, I don't know, I told you, I think it's like house of, no, that was hagiography. Okay, hagiography, I told you, it was writing about literature, the religious text and all. Hospice is the house of rest for travelers, especially one kept by a religious order. So if religious places allowing people, travelers to enter and take rest, then that is hospice. That is a common word, okay, common English word. For Sufi sect especially, they called it as khankas. Okay, so this khankas is the hospices of the Sufis. Okay, hope you understood that. Now that names which I told, okay, here again the Chishti Silsila was the most influential, and these everybody which you would have heard these names. Khwaja Muinuddin Chishti of Ajmer, Kutubuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki of Delhi, Baba Farid of Punjab, again mentioned in many books, Khwaja Nizamuddin Aulia, again famous, of Delhi, and Banda Nawaz Gizudaras of Gulbarga. I think other than this last name, other names you would have already learned, and these are all Chishti Silsila leaders, that is the Sufi leaders. Okay, from Central Asia many people came to Hindustan, again telling, so Delhi Sultanate they are connecting it to it, the timeline. So this is many things you learnt in one page. Okay, the names of the people, the khankas, what is hospices, then Central Asian people coming into India. Then next important thing will be again this picture. Okay, this is that khankas. Okay, people coming, anybody can come. Okay, it's not like only Sufi people can come. So devotees of all background visit the Sufi shrine. Okay, whatever I told. Now Sufi masters miraculous powers. So they were considered like miraculous powers and all. They could heal the illness. So that kind of stories are there in all the religions in olden days. So don't stress much on it. Then tomb or dargah of a Sufi saint became a place of pilgrimage to which thousands of people, all faith thronged. Okay, so dargah, again one term. Dargah is common. I hope you don't need any explanation. So that is done. Now Rumi, I showed you that Central Asian thing. Ghazali, Rumi, and one more name we saw. Ghazali, Rumi, and Sadi. Okay, whenever it's difficult to recall, I'll show it to you again. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Ghazali, Rumi, and Sadi. Okay, new religious developments in North India. Now again lot of people names you have to learn. Here one picture is there. Chaitanya Deva, a 16th century Bhakti saint from Bengal, preached selfless devotion to Krishna Radha. In the picture you see a group of followers. Okay, so Chaitanya Deva, just remember West Bengal, and it is Vishnu related. Okay, Krishna Radha, Chaitanya Deva. Because match the following is what they maximum they'll ask. Okay, then this was an age when, okay, all the religions were there. Then Kabir, okay, here Kabir and Baba Guru Nanak, okay, they had similar ideology, rejected all the orthodox religions. Tulsidas and Surdas accepted existing beliefs and practices but wanted to make these accessible to all. Okay, so they were kind of like whatever was there in South India and all, they were inspired by that, and they wanted to make everybody devotional towards this Vishnu or Rama or Krishna, whatever they are following. Okay, so these are two statements, again possible statements for UPSC. And then Tulsidas conceived of God in the form of Rama. Tulsidas composition, the Ramacharitmanas, okay, one book, Tulsidas. Okay, we have learned lot of things in ancient history also. If you remember, Buddha Charita was there and Harsha Charita was there. Harsha Charita, Harsha's person, the court poet Banabhatta wrote it. Buddha Charita was written by Ashwaghosha, who was the court poet of Kanishka. So these kind of things try to relate. Okay, similar names UPSC picks up from here and there and makes a match the following question: Buddha Charita, Ramacharita, Harsha Charita. Okay, there will be more of it, but I remember only 3 now. And one thing, it is written in Awadhi language. Okay, that is the UP area, because this person Tulsidas is also somewhere from there only. Okay, Kabir also somewhere from there only, kind of Uttar Pradesh or Central India. Chaitanya Deva we saw like it's in West Bengal. So this is the map which I told you. This one shows all the names in one single chart. You can see Guru Nanak towards the west, Punjab region. Shankara Deva is in Assam. Shankara Deva is different from Shankaracharya. Okay, Shankaracharya was Kerala. Shankara Deva is Assam. He'll also be Vishnu only, and he has this connection with one of the dance, I think Satriya dance form, which we'll learn later in art and culture. Then Chaitanya Deva is this West Bengal, 15th, 16th century. Here I told you Uttar Pradesh region. Surdas, Ramananda, Kabir, Raidas, Vallabhacharya. Vallabhacharya also later will come in some, I don't know, not in this textbook but somewhere else. Tulsidas, we showed you, Ramcharitamanas. Here Rajasthan area, if you see Dadu and Mirabai, again very important. Narsi Mehta, I told you, Gujarat. Then these 4 names, J-E-N-T, Jnaneshwar, Eknath, Tukaram, Namdev, okay, J-E-N-T, all in Maharashtra. Basavanna we saw in that Veerashaivism in Karnataka. Then Purandara Dasa, okay, sorry, Purandara Dasa is Andhra Pradesh, Ramdas is Andhra Pradesh. So Ram, lot of names are there. Okay, here also Ram, here also Ram. Ramanuja is there in South India. Okay, Ramanuja we saw that Vishishtadvaita, okay, that person. Then Manikava Sagar, I think we saw in that Nayanars, that is Shiva related thing. Okay, in that table we saw. Okay, so this is how you keep seeing this. Okay, these kind of maps, please take print out and keep once or twice you see, it will be by heart for you. Okay, we need it for prelims. That is why we have to focus on these kind of really factual things which are actually boring, but it is needed. Surdas, again, Surdas, one good thing is all his compilation starts with like this only: Sur Sagara, Sur Saravali, Sahitya Lahari. Okay, so it's kind of easy to memorize, so try to know that, Surdas. Then Shankara Deva I told Assam. So Assamese plays were there, poems were there. Vishnu actually, he began the practice of setting up Namgar. So one term, Namgar, or houses of recitation and prayer. Okay, so like these, like Khankas we saw, then what was it, hagiography, hospices, Namgar. Terminologies are very important when you learn these kind of factual things. Dadu Dayal and Mirabai, Ravidas, I told you all these things. Ravidas is actually the guru, you can tell, or Mirabai was the disciple of Ravidas, okay, and I think it was untouchable, yeah, untouchable caste, this Ravidas. And Mirabai was, I think, a Rajput princess or something, and then she left all that and then devoted her life to Krishna. See this one, royal family of Mewar, okay. So these kind of things again we'll see, because Rani Padmini thing is in news. Then bhajans, you know, bhajans, kirtans and all are common. Again, it became popular with the masses because the language will be mostly in the common people's language. Okay, same like the Buddhism and Jainism was in Prakrit language and people could involve. Same way now the languages whichever is there, Hindi, Rajasthani, Gujarati, whatever was there, they used to sing songs and write poems in that thing. Again, Mirabai's one box is given here. Again, to the Rana of Mewar, she is telling something: I left your palace and did this, did that and all. Don't read that poem, but that is the gist of it. Okay, she is telling about the devotion or whatever her future life. Now this closer look thing, I think Kabir, Guru Nanak and I don't know who else, they are going to zoom in a little bit and give more information. So Kabir, most influential saint, they are telling, they don't have much information, okay, about the insight of his life, but his poems or his bhajans are very popular. Okay, the people who travel, keeps on traveling, keeps on singing his song. That is how he became famous. So he was brought up in a family of Muslim, okay, Julahas or weavers. So he was a weaver family. This was actually asked, I think, 7 or 8 years back. They put a match the following, like who is what profession, like Kabir weaver. Like everybody will study all the religious aspect and they just ask the profession. Like someone else is there that Tukaram or something is something like I don't know, I don't remember now, but try to find out. Or I'll also put it in my MCQ PDF. Okay. 4 people were there and 4 professions they gave. One is weaver, one is leather work, one is shoe leather, something like that. Okay, 4 professions they gave. They would have picked up like this only from 7th standard, 8th standard and all. So as and when we do the classes, we learn it. Now just remember, Kabir is a weaver from Banaras. Okay, so UP area. Then his collection of verses. Okay, that is Sakhis or Pad they tell. That is by wandering bhajan singers like I told. And then all his works were later compiled in lot of sources. One is this Guru Granth Sahib, the Sikh Granth. Then the Panchwani and Bijak. Okay, Bijak is especially mostly of his details only, his verses. Okay, so Guru Granth Sahib, Panchwani and Bijak. This weaver thing and Sakhis and Pad. Okay, this much you have to definitely remember. Now again one box is there, again poem, don't read it unless you have time, but I know UPSC aspirants, serious UPSC aspirants will never have time, okay, because that much is there to cover. Now Kabir's teaching were based on complete Indian vehement rejection of all the traditions, ridiculed all forms of external worship, Brahminical Hinduism, Islam, everything he rejected, okay. But in his poem, one thing is there, he will be mentioning Ram, Allah and all those things. But he don't believe in this rituals. He will just tell like there is a formless single source and he will call it like Ram or Allah, whatever it is, like he called both. Okay, Ram, Rahim, Ram, Allah, like that he will tell. So later that I'll tell you Ram Allah, there is a place. Try to tell me in comments which country is it. Okay, Ram Allah is in news all the time. Try to find out which country is it. Okay, in Hindu it will be there all the time. So again, common people because of the language, Hindi language poems. Formless supreme God I told you, Kabir to his followers from. So both Hindus and Muslims he had followers. Okay, this much is enough for Kabir. Any question now it comes, you should have heard it from my video, so it will be easy for you to answer. Okay. Now Guru Nanak. Talwandi again is place, not that is not required. That much zooming in is not required, but just know like he's from the Punjab area. Now this Langar common kitchen. Still followed, very important institution of our country, and we should be actually proud of it. That much people are served every day. Okay, food. So Dharmasal, it was actually called Dharmasal, this Gurudwara. Okay, whatever we have now Gurudwara, initially it was called Dharmasal or Dharmasthal kind of thing. Okay, then his follower name is given. Lehna was the name, took the name Guru Angad. He has actually 10 important followers. Okay, that we'll do in some other chapter, but here 2-3 names are mentioned. Try to remember like that story. So his follower was Lehna, which was came to be known as Guru Angad, and he compiled the compositions of Baba Guru Nanak, to which he added his own, and one script name will be there, again important, Gurmukhi script, okay, in which he compiled all the things with additional details. This is a picture of it, I think, and then he wrote under the name of Nanak, and then later Guru Arjun will come in 1604, who compiles everything together. So writings have been happening. I think 2-3 gurus will pass by, and then Guru Arjun, I think 4th guru. So he will compile it together, and then here that Guru Granth Sahib. This is the holy scripture of the Sikhs, as you know, and it is authenticated by Guru Tej Bahadur. This is actually the 8th or 9th guru. Okay, the 10 names I'll anyway tell you. I think 10th one is this one, Guru Gobind Singh. He is the one who actually turns it into a militant class kind of thing. Okay, the Khalsa group. It will be mentioned here in the same textbook. We'll see. So the number of Baba Guru Nanak's followers increased. They belong to a number of castes, traders, agriculture. Everyone was there. Then they were also expected to contribute to general funds of community. So again, everybody contributed towards it, whether it's funding or whether it's togetherness. Everything was done together. This golden temple, which you know, in every movie it will be there in the movies. It is the Harmandir Sahib. It is actually called the Harmandir Sahib. And Operation Blue Star and Indira Gandhi's time, water problems were happening. That is a different aspect. Try to read about it. Lot of videos are there in YouTube. Try to watch it. Okay, it's very important for you to know. Then the Mughal Emperor Jahangir looked upon them as a potential threat. Yeah, this is one problem, and he ordered the execution of Guru Arjan. Okay, this Jahangir saw them as a threat due to some reason, and then execution of Guru Arjan. So there was problems within this Sultanate and Sikhs. Okay, that is why later this Khalsa was started by Guru Gobind Singh in 1699. If you see. Okay, now the timeline is like very far. Time of Aurangzeb is also about to get over. 1699. The community of the Sikhs called the Khalsa Panth became a political entity. Okay, now also in the politics they use this word Khalsa. Now the changing historical situation not required. So we have seen many names, and here this Guru Nanak used these terms, okay, Naam, Dan and Insan, for the essence of this teaching, which actually meant right worship, welfare of others and purity of conduct. Okay, right worship, welfare of others, purity of conduct, Naam, Dan and Insan. And his teachings like Naam Japna, Keert Karna, Vand Chakna, okay, these three are all his teachings are remembered through these, okay, these kind of prayers or telling his names or that kind of things. Then right belief, right worship that you have seen, and that is it. I think we'll see. Yeah, that is it. So Guru Nanak and Kabir, you have seen lot of details. Try to remember the 10 Gurus names in order. I will give you in some series, some other video, but it's all important. Guru Angad now you saw, Guru Arjun you saw, Guru Tej Bahadur was there, Guru Gobind Singh was there. Okay, that many names we saw. Martin Luther King, this time, you know, world revolution, world history, when you study you will know it, some more details. He was actually against this church. So it's just elsewhere table, you know, it will be telling about something which happened elsewhere in some other country and which are similar to whatever is happening in India. So here it was like opposing Brahmanism, here it is opposing Roman Catholic Church, okay, the funding, the donation, all those things, he was against it. So he was one of the greatest leaders, okay, Martin Luther King of this time, 14th, 15th century. This massively following, you just see the Buddha questioned social differences. Shankara Deva, we'll see. Okay, Nizamuddin Aulia is a Sufi saint. Nayanas is Shiva, and Alvar is Vishnu. That I hope now you will be knowing. Okay, and Shankaradeva is Namgar. Namgar was actually that place of worship or something. Okay, we have seen in this chapter. I couldn't recall, but you should be able to. Okay, so that's why we are doing this series. Now try to recall all those things. Again, the other things are again basic things. Try to get this, like Veerashaivism, they asking that 3 names, 1, 2, 3. I showed you that 3 names, Basavanna and some other big 2 names were there, Akka, Mahadevi or something. So this is how we do NCERT, and this will be beneficial for your prelim because questions have come. I'll show you some questions anyway. Medieval history. Okay, same thing I have told here also. Process of setting up Namgar. Okay, recite house recitation of prayer, Shankara Deva. Here Bhakti movement, some statements are given. Try to pause it and see. Okay, I am not reading it entirely. Then Khankas or hospices refers to what? Okay, this is how they form UPSC. The model UPSC questions. Okay, Ghazali, Rumi and Sadi refers to what? Okay, just pause and see. I am not reading it out. Okay, if you have more questions, I'll show you one more. This is from another PDF. Which are the following are match characters? This is what I told. Okay, Advaita Shankaracharya, Dvaita Madhavacharya, Vishishta Advaita Ramanuja, Shuddha Advaita Vallabhacharya. So this 1 and 3 was there in this chapter. 2 and 4 I would have got from some other chapter. So this is how we make PDFs. So that is why I am telling, please buy the PDFs and start practicing. We don't have much time. Okay, so I'll come up with the next video soon. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.